guys, and welcome back to the 240 Miles podcast. It's me, Chloe.
And me, Charlie.
We're back again this week with a new episode. Maybe, hopefully, slightly less technical issues than last week.
Yeah, and I might actually sound better since I figured out how to do the noise reduction thing on Audacity.
I just want to make it clear, like a really quick disclaimer from both of us. It has been a few weeks.
Yeah.
So we filmed the first episode probably nearly a month ago now. However, we've been so crazy busy, which we'll go over the next few videos. So if things kind of overlap or we kind of mention things that obviously were done a long time ago. So the reason we're saying this is because one of the big things we were talking about was kind of before the new COVID laws was a thing. So just keep that in mind. However, we'll go into detail when we get to that point. But also, yeah, we're slightly behind at the moment, but we're going to try and catch up this week. But that basically means that when we're recording this, we just uploaded our first ever episode.
Yeah. Which means also maybe we don't have much to say about it yet, because it's been literally just uploaded.
Got uploaded earlier today. Well, like, literally about 5 hours ago.
So earlier today, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's been a stressful few weeks. I think we last recorded at the start of October. It is October 28th. I mean, it's past midnight. But we'll say it's the 28th right now. So, yeah, but we're going to be going, like, from when we last recorded. We're going to be catching up on all the stuff that's happened since then. Because stuff has happened since then. So much
Quite a lot of stuff as well.
Then.
So we get straight into it then. I thought you wanted to ask me questions first, so I went quiet.
Oh, I do, but I was still talking. Chloe, we can get to you later. We can give. No, yeah, I do. We've
Basically, what we realized, well, I think I mentioned it whilst recording the last video, but whilst editing it, I was on the phone with her for quite a bit of it, and it really was just like I was like Chris Evans interviewing you.
Yeah, because like.
So we're gonna try and make it either more even or the other way.
Exchange, and it wasn't. I was carrying it. Even though it's your job. I
was carrying the question side and you just becoming the interview.
Yeah, you were doing the easier side.
Yeah, so now we're going to make it
take out your life. I don't know, it's a mess. Ask me again in 2 weeks.
So wait, what do you want to do?
Podcast.
Yeah, it's true.
Do you want me to ask, how was your birthday, Chloe? When was your birthday, first of all?
My birthday was the 9th of October and I was born in 2000 and
You want to drop that? That? You're younger than me.
So it was my 18th. It was really good. Am I going to explain what I did? I'm just going to go through the weekend.
Yeah. How was it? Yeah, what? Yeah.
It was good. So basically, I just realised, there you go. Let me start with the stopwatch. 4 minutes in. So my birthday was on the Friday the 9th of October. So basically on that Friday, me and my friend went to Bottomless Brunch at Turtle Bay. Beautiful place. Nice cocktails. And then, yeah, just kind of chilled.
Many cocktails.
No, right. So yeah, so basically we went out for lunch, we went out for brunch even, and then we came back to mine and we did cocktails in the garden because of social distancing and with I think there's like 5 of us? Yeah, there's less than 5 because someone cancelled. So basically it's a very, very small kind of casual night, but it was nice.
And stuff.
Yeah. It was kind of sad because we went from having all these plans of having a big party to that being completely slashed in March, to it being kind of like giving, like I had hope in July, August, and then schools opened.
Where it was like, it'll be done by then, right?
Yeah. And then schools opened, and I quickly realised about 10 days into September that that's not going to happen. Then the rule of 6 got put in place and it was kind of like the beginning of the end. And then I couldn't even go out because of the 10 p.m. curfew, but that's okay. We went out for lunch there as a family on Saturday. I did a bit of work on Saturday night. And then I went out Saturday night after work. And then on Sunday, I went out for dinner and a pub crawl afterwards, and then we watched High School Musical. So basically, I spent the whole weekend just like kind of going out, drinking, feeling great on Monday morning when I went to college. I actually felt okay. I got no sleep, but I felt okay.
You'd gone past feeling bad at that point.
Yeah.
What else happened that weekend? What was what was it like having me back for the weekend?
Oh, it was good. So Charley came back on the Thursday. Yeah, I was about to say Tuesday. It wasn't Tuesday, it was Thursday. And you were there till like Sunday.
Yeah, I left on the Sunday. I came back. I chauffeured you around on the Friday, like all times. Went out with you.
I got in so much like shit for that because Dad was like, "Where's all our petrol? She wasted all going to like the place." I was like, "No, she didn't."
Yeah, he texted me like, "You're all out of petrol."
But apparently, you wasted too much petrol.
Staines twice, and I was like, "Okay, can you fill the tank for me?"
No, with what? You gonna be paying for that or?
No, Dad.
It cut out.
It didn't cut out on my end. This is what it's really like, guys, behind the scenes when you don't have like a full team of people working for you and it's just two of you watching waveforms on Audacity with Discord in one ear and the computer audio in the other ear with two sets of headphones.
It's really true. I have AirPods. One of them's playing myself basically, and the other one's playing you. So it is kind of confusing, and then every so often, like, Discord will cut out. So
yeah,
I just hear myself repeated in my ear. It's great.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sitting on my bed right now, if you want to know how unprofessional this is, because it's the furthest I can get away from with a flatmate, so it's the position where I'm most comfortable talking. What?
I'm actually sitting at a desk. I feel quite bougie.
I'm just looking at my desk. I'm just admiring it. It would look great for sitting on and talking to people on it, if it wasn't for the fact that it backed onto someone else's room. Maybe when I get more comfortable, I'll go back to talking on the desk, because these walls are really thick, but I'm very paranoid about it.
I doubt anyone's going to be able to hear you, and I don't think that the 5 inches in between the desk and the bed is going to make that much of a difference.
Hey, I can fit an entire yoga mat there. Ish. It's a little bit under the bed, but I can fit it there.
But yeah, my birthday was good. No, my birthday was really good. It was just kind of sad. Well, no. I don't know. I thought I was going to be more sad about it than I actually was. But what I quickly realised is I didn't care that I couldn't do all this kind of like stuff that I originally wanted to. No. But like, you get what I mean? I just didn't really care as much. No, I think I just did so many things. The only issue was, I'm still going out for drinks with people, and it's currently, I can say the exact date we're filming this. It was the 28th of October, it's now just turned the 29th of October. But it's been like nearly a month and I'm still going out and celebrating my birthday. So it's going good, honestly. I'm not going to complain.
I mean, wouldn't you rather have 18 nice socially distanced birthdays than one long non-socially distanced birthday night?
You just get it over and know it. It's good, it's just expensive.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, I get to go and see some really cool places.
Where people pay for you.
Yep, that's kind of the most beneficial option right now. No, I went to, so on the Sunday of my birthday, I basically, where I went to go and eat was my work, and they gave me a balloon, and we ended up going to a pub. So I went to a pub before and a pub after, and when we went to the pub, I had this balloon with me, so everybody was like, "Oh my god, happy birthday, I'll buy you a drink," but I just didn't, by this point in the weekend, I didn't want to drink anymore, so I was just like, "Oh no, it's okay." But it was pretty good, actually, to be fair. I think I didn't even think about, like, the party by the end of it. I'm kind of happy I didn't have a big party.
Yeah, because you got to be spoiled on more than one occasion.
I know, I got people to pay for things. I felt so bad because I don't like people pay for things. So I'm like, oh no, I'll pay. Let me pay.
And, hoping they don't take you up.
No, I'm hoping that they do, but they don't.
Which is a shame, obviously.
Yeah, no, it is. It's so awkward. See, they're like, you're waiting for them to pay the bill. We're sitting in this restaurant, so we were waiting for them to pay the bill, and it was just kind of there like, I want to pay, I don't want you guys. I don't know, it just feels awkward. I don't know if people pay for me. But yeah, I was very appreciated of it anyway.
Yeah.
What about you? Did you
I think
enjoy
we should talk about you more. I don't think
south?
I've fulfilled my revenge from last week. What did you say?
I was going to say, did you enjoy coming down?
Yeah, it was good. It was weird. I don't know. I felt like coming back, it would feel like, oh, I'm like really sad. It would it would like increase the homesickness, stuff like that, and it would be really hard to deal with. And it wasn't. It was fine. I came back. Like I said, I chauffeured Chloe around to her meals and stays and for like lunch and stuff. I went out to the pub with them on Saturday, walked the dog a couple of times. It was like, yeah, it was fine. It wasn't as like emotional as I was expecting it to be, which was nice.
Good old time. Good old time.
Good time. Yeah, it was nice.
It's annoying because I was meant to. We agreed that I was meant to come and see you, and then we kind of got the first glimpse at the tier system. Just before you went back. So
I forgot about that. I was like, what are you talking about? Oh yeah.
So it's not possible that I can come and see you anymore, so that's kind of annoying. I was supposed to be with you, I know.
You were. But
that's okay.
So you're currently taking, like, what? You were taking 2 weeks off? And this week's your last week?
No, this week's my first week. So I always Wednesday, Thursday this week I was supposed to be going up to see you.
Mhm.
But yeah, no. Oh well.
Rip.
It's one of the things where it's like it kind of happened quite quickly. To the point where it's kind of like I don't even know what was happening at the time in which we were filming.
Yeah, well, so like they introduced a whole system where they were like, your tier 1, tier 2, tier 3 based off where it's like by location, cities or whatever, based off how many infected cases you are. And I'm in Liverpool, we're tier 1. I think we're currently the second worst in the entire country, so that's
I thought you were first worst. Who was the first?
No,
I thought you were the first.
I am Manchester.
Oh yeah, you won.
Manchester defeated us. Surprisingly, given how people in Liverpool seem to be reacting to the quarantine rules, but it's fine. It's but
It's okay.
yeah. So we're tier 3, which is like a bunch of restrictions in place, which isn't affecting me that much because I'm not really leaving anyway. But yeah, it's weird going out now and going shopping like late at night, like going for like a walk late at night, and people are still out and still going to like bars and stuff, and it's like we're like tier 3, everything's meant to be shut down.
Yeah, but I thought it was just restaurants are allowed to be open now.
Yeah, I think it's that they can't sell you alcohol unless you've got a drink. No.
Unless you've got a main meal.
Unless you've got a meal, thank you. And but like that doesn't seem to be impacting it much. I imagine that.
Yeah, I didn't think it when I heard
buying
that.
Nachos or like chips or something.
Yeah, but this is the thing. It shouldn't be. But when I heard that, I was like, people are just gonna find a loophole. And guess what they did?
And it took them, what, like 2 hours?
Less than that, honestly. I think I get why they're trying to do it, but I just think it's also so pointless.
Yeah. There's not like a helpful way to deal with it.
Nope.
But you know how it is.
You know what they're like. Cheeky little thing. But it was
the
okay.
entire UK government. Cheeky little.
It's hard because no one wants to ever go into politics ever. But it's
Except for people.
so let's go to
do.
politics.
And you don't want. Please don't. I'm just like, we're stepping into dangerous territory.
But yeah, well, I'm waiting for you to ask me another question. She said you had all these questions.
No, I said I didn't have all these questions, and I was panicking, and you were like, okay, well, time to stop. And I was like, okay.
Well, we can talk about your first week of online school.
No. I wanted to at least get past the halfway mark of me talking about you out of spite. For the last one, let's talk about the fact that this podcast was your idea, and then in the last one you were like, oh hey, let's talk about you for 2 hours, Jesus, for the entire thing.
I don't know why I was so desperate to start a podcast. I think it's just I generally love watching them.
Yeah, I think most of the time people have topics for them, or like they have more interesting lives, and they have guests. I'm like,
That's true. I wish we could get guests.
I haven't really listened to. Yeah. I'm sure everyone will be clamouring to come on to this.
Guys, if you want to come onto the podcast, just leave your details down below, and we'll DM you on Twitter.
That could be a dangerous invitation.
Yeah, if this podcast ever comes big, we take this back.
If we have over X amount of views on it, the offer doesn't stand. But like, no, I don't really listen to podcasts because I find it hard to listen to stuff, but with no video. But I'm gonna.
Yeah, I only ever watch them on YouTube though. I never watch them on.
I don't even watch them on YouTube because I'm just like, this is so boring. Like, not even that it's boring. Not boring as in normal people boring. Boring as in ADHD. Boring for my brain. I'm like, I can't. There's not enough stuff going on. I can't focus on it. But I'm gonna try and watch a few people to get a vibe for what they do on there.
I recommend the E-Boys.
Oh yeah, they have a podcast.
They just made it. I love the E-Boys though, so.
I watch Alex. And sometimes I watch the other ones when you've got them advertised on your TV at that you never turn off.
Controversial. I swear you watch James Meyer as well.
Oh yeah. Sometimes, yeah. That is true.
I'm sure you introduced me to him.
I just immediately forgot all their names.
So I started off by watching James, and I think you introduced me to James. I then, probably around the same time as the E-Boys started watching Will. I know, I feel like I've been watching Will for longer than that. I've been watching James for quite a while. And then Alex I watched because of the E-Boys, and Memeless not really, other than in the E-Boys. Nothing against him, it's just not my kind of content.
Well, I think that's what I have with most of them. I watch just advertise other YouTubers. I watched Alex first. I watched some of his videos. I didn't watch a lot of commentary YouTubers as a thing, but I sometimes watch Alex and sometimes watch James. But like,
I think James makes it interesting. But I like the E-Boys because all their personalities just work. Like, Will's a bit of like a crackhead. Alex is just funny, like the clown. I think you could say that.
Like, can I insult these people? You know, we're punching up, punching really. No, like in the nicest way.
I literally. I mean, they can do anything better than we can, anyway. But no, I mean like in a good way. Like his energy is just so like with it. He's like he's got that energy, and then you got Alex who's just trying to be like the funny one, who is funny, but like got that banter. You're making it worse.
You
got James, being like the parent, the father of the group. Then you got like Memeless. So
the father of the group. Hold on.
Memeless just. I literally said Memeless.
I'm really glad you decided to start this
We love the e-boys. No, I can't. They're what I spent my lockdown doing. I actually thought it'd be quite a good idea to talk about how we like spent lockdown and reminisce over the good times and what we had to look forward to. How did we spend lockdown? I spent most days with you. Yeah, I don't think I ever saw you during lockdown.
Thanks. Well, it was because I was working a lot, or I was in my room. My life didn't change. I didn't leave the house
you
much.
worked.
Yes.
Oh
you
my
keep
god,
forgetting
you were working.
that. You keep forgetting that I
Ah.
worked. Ripped my throat, which is cracking, by the way, and I'm really hoping it doesn't fully crack. But like, sorry in advance if it does. But yes, you keep forgetting I worked, but I did.
How is did you manage to transfer jobs? We spoke about in the last episode. I think they needed an update.
I didn't. Well, I don't
Oh,
know. They haven't gotten back to me, and I'm like, I'm gonna call them, but I don't think they will get back to me. And I'm like, I just need to figure out a different way to deal with it, I guess. Like, if
Maybe
I'm
just apply for the one near you. Maybe just apply for that supermarket near you.
I'm gonna I applied for multiple. They just haven't responded, even though I did like an internal thing and I applied back in August. So I'm gonna call them and be like, hey.
Hey, mate.
Can you like respond in some way?
Sort it out. Sort it out. Yeah, no, because they should have replied by now, surely.
Or even just to be like, no, they just haven't. But so I'm just sort of like stuck. But that's been on my to-do list. I think I'm gonna do it tomorrow because I have time in the morning.
I don't get how you can be busy.
Well, I'm gonna level with you. Neither do I, and yeah, I don't seem to have enough time to do anything. So it's interesting.
Here I am.
I feel like I don't do anything, but then I'm like, oh, I have no time left. And I don't know why.
That's just like, I swear when people say uni gets easier, not harder.
I think maybe that's usually true, but my problem right now is like, there's no structure. I'm not going to complain about uni for 2 hours, but there isn't a lot of structure right now with online uni, given that I only have like 3 days a week where I actually have scheduled lectures, and then 1 day every other week where I have labs, and everything else is entirely online, and I have to do it in my own time, and it's very stressful.
Oh.
But you know.
Oh my god, baby violins. Oh.
Chloe, please, I don't have any time management skills.
I feel like I had to learn time management skills from such a young age. Actually, I don't know how I do it. I generally don't. I remember, since lockdown, I haven't really been able to do it as much as I used to. But I look back at what I did and I was like, oh my god, a year ago today, a year ago, I was so much more like efficient. I can't work out how to write this. A year ago, I was way more efficient and like better with time management than I am today. I feel like my life is just there, like constantly going a million miles an hour. Like I blinked and it's nearly November, you know?
Yeah, I think that's what my entire life is like, but I think for most people it's getting especially poignant with the pandemic.
Yeah.
My biggest problem is that I have issues starting to do stuff, and I have issues planning out timing for stuff, and I have like issues figuring out how long stuff is going to take. Like my lectures are 45 minutes long, but they're designed so they take 2 hours to write notes on. Which, because, ADHD and sitting down for 2 hours is very hard. It takes me about 3 to 4 hours to do them. So it's like...
Yeah.
That's like I can get through like a couple a day, and I'm going to bed at 5 a.m. to get them all done. To get like as much as possible done. And then I'm like, to put it in perspective, I've gone to bed at 5 a.m. every day for the last week and a half, and I'm still behind in my work, so I don't know what is happening during the day. I feel like I'm doing stuff and it's just not getting done.
You wake up quite late though, don't you? Okay, walk me through a typical morning routine.
Depends on what lessons I have.
I
If I
wake up
have
at 2 and
lessons, if I have lessons at 10, which I do like a couple of days, I get up at like quarter to 10 or 20 to 10, because the convenience of a shower, I can be showered, dried, dressed, and like hair done and everything, and be on the lecture by 10 in 15 minutes. But if it's not, I get
yeah,
up at like 11. Which
that's
means
not too bad.
yeah, like 11 or 12, and that means I'm still spending like 17 or 18 hours awake. So there should be stuff getting done in that time, but there isn't.
What I found though
Yeah.
during study leave was that, like, I was actually saying this to someone. My screen time average every week is about 2 hours a day. If that, it's between 1.5 2 hours. Keep in mind I have to use it for emails and school and stuff, so like that's nothing. And then the 2 weeks are mocked. The first week alone, my screen time went up 67%. It was like 4.5 hours a day. Keep in mind this was
That's all.
mocks. That's still all, but like, no, that's so much. It was like, wow, I've given myself more time. Like, I fully took the week off work, if that's this, so you know. So, like, nothing planned. Wasn't even in school. I had all this time to study. But the more time I had, the less I actually was productive. Which is the weird bit, because I was like, oh, so now I'm spending more time on, like,
Because you don't
TikTok
have
and
to
stuff.
spend it being productive.
Yeah,
Like,
but that's
you have
what
the option.
I was saying. So when someone was like, oh, how do you fit this in? I'm like, well, when you guys spend 8 hours doing that, I'm just sitting there getting paid for what I do, or like doing something actually productive for my future. So that's the kind of difference from like, that's how I time manage things. And then the
Look at
second week it went up again,
me.
and
I
I
do
think it's like
productive
five and a
stuff
half
that I get
hours.
paid for.
Oh, not really, like always though.
I get do productive stuff
But
and sometimes stuff that I
you
get
get a
paid
degree
for.
out of your productiveness.
Just what?
You get like a degree out of what you do.
Will I?
I get an A
Time will
level that
tell.
says this person suffered the
This
wrath of
person's
COVID
stupid and they're
19.
probably not going to use it.
And yeah, exactly. She basically wasted 2 years of her life, got yelled at multiple times. She would never need this qualification. That's okay. I have an update on travelling. Can I give them an update on travelling?
No.
So me and my friend were looking at the best way of doing the travelling, like during our gap year. I think I mentioned it a bit last time when we like fully decided take the leap and go. And what we're gonna do, because we were saying that we're gonna be so homesick. I got homesick in South Africa, let alone Thailand, Australia. So we're gonna do 2 weeks in Thailand to stop off, because it's kind of on the way. It's 18 hours to Thailand, and then 6 hours between Thailand, 6-ish hours between Thailand and Australia. So we're gonna do that, and then it's gonna be like a bit like a holiday, ease our way into working in Australia. But yeah, I'm so excited. We're looking into healthcare and everything. We're trying to get things like sorted. But you know, there's this thing just hanging over us.
That might not be gone by next. Well, it definitely won't be gone by next year. Maybe it'll be
I
gone
know,
by
but
August though, or July though, or whatever. When June?
We're gonna go September because it's gonna be way cheaper, and also for hospitality means I can kind of work throughout the summer and try and get quite a bit more money.
Yeah,
and then we
you're
can
broke
leave.
right now.
I know,
you
but
really
like,
need to
well,
save up buying the money. How's your TV,
but you
by
know.
the way?
My TV was
No, I'm being mean. Hello.
Yeah, you're making it sound like I have loads of money.
Sorry. Oh, I just popped my mic. I'm sorry.
Wow, the audio is gonna be amazing in this video.
It is. I hope you're happy to edit it. Having you edit videos is so nice.
Yeah,
Can I
but
just
they're
say?
like these take so long to edit, not because you have to edit things out. To be fair, this one should be fine. I should just be able to like cut out the beginning and cut out the end. It's
Yeah.
when you have people like screaming in the background, or because
Yeah,
we did it quite
I
late
live
at
in a
night.
flat.
And then, yeah, but like last episode, I had to mute myself at some points because there's background noises in my house, in our house,
Yeah.
at home. But yeah,
Wow, I've already been kicked out. My name's already been taken off the
after
the
least.
sign. Yeah, I'm going to leave that. That doesn't make any sense. Trying to find like a alternative.
You said you had 3 questions for me. You only gave me
I
1.
did. You answered the other 2.
Oh.
So I was like, well, that's great. You just answered them in the same breath. But also, you mentioned getting homesick. I will say that, like, taking a gap year, I think, did a lot to help the homesickness. Because I think if I'd come last year, I would probably be very homesick. Admittedly, I wouldn't be dealing with a pandemic, but I would have been very homesick. And I'm not really, and it's nice.
I'm sick of these people.
Well, that's that. But, you know... Nah, I like my flatmates. Mostly.
So I thought just to like give this bit of a sector, because I think we mentioned like doing a tag bit, so like the old school kind of questions. So I got a sibling tag. Okay, we're gonna do 5 questions or like however many.
Send it to me.
Okay, I'll send you this over. I'm gonna send it over text though, not over Discord because
Just
it's on
send
my
me a
phone.
screenshot.
But yes, I thought. And
then
then we'll go through and
Why
ask some questions. Right,
you
the
guys
first
can
one
just
is.
sit there and wait.
I feel like this is going to be obvious, but just in case people don't know,
Oh, you.
because I don't think we actually did explain this last time. Who is the oldest / youngest? Or should we like leave a poll? I'm curious to know who people think's older and who's younger. Or should we just answer?
I think I actually said that.
Really?
Yeah.
So anyway, so who's older and who's younger?
I'm older. I think I said at the earlier when you were saying that you were born in 2000 and something, and I said, yeah, I'm older than you. Also, the fact that I'm in uni and you're in college.
True.
Which might not
So,
make
I'm
sense
18.
to Americans. I want to clarify to Americans. College is like the last 2 years of secondary school for us.
It's your senior years.
Is it?
Mm-hmm.
I thought you were a senior for only 1 year.
Oh, I don't know. But yeah, no, I'm 18.
Oh no,
she is 19, nearly 20. What?
These are faffy questions. Yeah, I'm nearly 20. There's an age gap of 1.5 year and 10 months between us.
What do you like about each other?
Yeah, what kind of questions are these? What is this? What am I meant to say? I don't...
I like the ones that's like, what annoys you the most?
No,
okay.
This
one.
So, what annoys me? That's an easier question. No, what I like about you is the fact that you did at least 60% of the editing for this video. No, you did the editing for this video. I appreciate that. I think you should try editing my videos, personally. But you know.
I'd love to. I love editing. This is easy compared to editing. This isn't editing though. This is sit there and watch 40 minutes worth of footage to make sure it's okay. But yeah, no. What annoys you about me?
No, what do you like about me?
No, you have to say. Oh, say something nice. I thought we were gonna skip this one.
I answered it. I don't know why my laptop's thinking. My laptop, my iPhone's thinking. I'm sorry.
You like to drive me places, and that allowed me to.
I like to. Do I? That's
you used to drive me places before I passed my driving test.
I do it.
I feel like it's. I think it's probably like no matter how long it's been since we've talked, we can still talk about something.
Oh yeah.
I like that. I don't know. It's just easy. It's very easy. Yeah, I give it.
Oh, that makes my thing.
What do you hate about each other? No.
We'll skip that one. We're not gonna go into that on mic. What annoys you? Do I have to answer it first?
Me? No, I asked you first.
You know, I feel like any answer I give here is gonna be mean.
Yeah.
Can you go first to set the tone for how mean I'm allowed to be?
I know, this is really mean. Probably your time, man. No, what it's got to be is, for example, tonight. Your time schedule is just so messed up. Right, so I called her at like 10:30, being like, "Do you want to play Among Us?" Or how do you say it? Among Us? Among Us. That. They haven't played it yet, and I was like, "Oh, let's play it together." And then she was like, "Oh no, why don't we just record the Stardew Valley? Let me just have my dinner first." It was 10:30 at night.
Yeah.
So then I'm like, right, great. And then she's like, we'll start at 11. So this point I'm really annoyed at you. And then I'm like, fine, we'll start at 11. Actually, no, 11:10. No, we'll start at 11. So I'd definitely be like that disorganised bit. But that's probably it. What annoys you most about me?
That still feels less mean.
I'm trying to be nice. I'm
I
not going to
think a
fully
lot
go
of the
into your
time
account.
I call you and then you're like complaining about stuff that happened in your day, and I'm just sort of there like, okay. You know? Like, you talk for like half an hour, and you're like, oh my god, these people at work, and I'm just there like, okay. I was calling you to ask you how the Twitter stuff was coming on, but okay.
Yeah, no, I do that. I actually know I do that.
And sometimes you interrupt me to do it, and that's even more fun. And I'm just there like, okay.
Yeah, that's good.
See, now I feel like that was mean. Like,
it's hard because you don't know what to say. It's like, yeah, I know, but I don't know what to say to that.
Yeah, I'm aware. I know I do that. Same as I know my time management's bad.
Number 4 is, what do you have in common?
That's question number 5.
Probably games.
Do we?
No, I'm a gamer, but like not that much into gaming. What do we have in common? We have things in common.
We look similar according to people who don't know us very well. Does that
Yeah,
count?
but I think as we're older, we don't. One thing I would say is we do play games together. Like, we have very similar, like...
So yes, we have similar,
the only thing is...
I'm waiting for you. You can go. This will happen.
We both love hospitality.
We both work in hospitality. We both enjoy it a lot, especially the event sections.
Yeah.
Yeah, we both like generally types of games you're like. The games are like Stardew Valley. We play Pokemon together.
Sims.
We play Mario Kart, Sims, stuff like that.
That wouldn't be it.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's okay. We both like doing videos and things like this.
Yeah. So yeah, we
whether
have
that's the backside or the front side.
We have very different personalities and we have very different interests. That is like a key point in our relationship here. We have very different interests.
Yeah, it's true. Right, the last question I have for today anyway is, what's your funniest memory with each other?
Funniest or funniest?
We'll do funniest. I think it was funny, but we'll do funniest.
That's the same thing. You go first, I don't know.
Mine probably be the biscotti. Yeah, biscotti.
Spaghetti.
That doesn't sound right.
Spaghetti.
When you burnt it.
Oh, for God's sake, that was right. I did nothing wrong here. Let me make that clear.
We're gonna start arguing over this. Basically, we had to. How old were we?
16, and you? I was 16, I believe.
Wow, you couldn't even make some pasta.
I
think it was 14.
Could.
We left the actual. It was the bolognese that was bad. The pasta was fine. And you were doing the bolognese bit. I was doing the pasta.
No, just get to the point so I can correct you, please.
I can't even remember what happened to you. I just remember the beef getting burnt.
What happened was the bolognese was in the stove, in the pan. I said, hey, you should probably make the pasta now. She said, no, I'll wait. I said, okay, but that's probably not a good idea. We waited. It gets to like 10 minutes. I'm like, okay, the bolognese is basically cooked. Can you chuck the pasta on? And she's like, fine. She puts it on. And I'm like, okay, I'm taking this off the stove now because it's cooked. And she's like, no, you can't take it off the stove till the pasta's cooked. And I'm like, but it's cooked. I'm going to take it off the stove now. And she doesn't, I can't remember the specifics, but it involved a lot of me being forcibly blocked from getting access to the pan for a good 10 minutes until, and it got to, well, we got increasingly annoyed. There were no adults in the house. I was the adult and I was getting trodden on. And we're kind of getting into an increasingly loud argument until I pushed her out of the way and took the thing off the stove, and it was just blackened char on the bottom. And she was like, that's your fault for making me argue with you. And that's why every single time she talks about it, she's like, oh yeah, you burnt the bonnet. I didn't burn anything. I wanted to take it off the stove. I did not make the wrong. You did.
It was just the whole, like, situation. I can't even remember it, but I remember being angry. It sounds about accurate, to be honest.
You thought that you were right, because you were like, we have to wait for the pasta to cook. And I was like, yeah, but you should have put the pasta on earlier. Because I said
I was right. I was like, I don't want a cold beef.
Yeah, you're like, I want it to cool down. You have to take them off at the same time. And I was like, but it's going to be... But did you enjoy your charred... We didn't even eat it. It got binned out of spite, and we just ate, like, dry...
You
like,
ate it? I had some bread. I remember you eating it, yeah.
Yeah, I remember eating
it. You were like, it's fine, just eat it. And I was like, no. Anyway, what's your funniest memory?
Very, very linked. So, similarly, there was this period of time for a few years where we were home alone a lot. And we ended up falling into this routine of, like, Chloe would work long days, I'd have school, and I'd work also long days, but
this is when we lived
frequently.
down south. That wasn't when we lived up north.
Yes, this is when we lived down south. And we were falling into this routine where I'd come back from school and all the work and stuff. I'd be back during the day whenever I had a free period, because I was in college at the time, and I'd be back at the end and stuff, and I'd be looking after the animals. We had a dog and a cat. I'd be, making sure they're fed, making sure they're taken out. I'd be cleaning the house. I'd be doing all the work and stuff. And this is on top of, college and homework and working every so often. And Chloe would come home from her day at work, and she would be like, "Are you gonna make me dinner then?" or stuff. Or she'll I'll make a dinner, and I'll be like, "Okay, can you make sure the dog had a poop outside and stuff?" And she'd be like, "No, I've been at work all day," and we had this dynamic of the husband who goes out and works and throws a fit about having to do housework versus the poor housewife, except I also had a job and school. But it was such a weird dynamic, but we were arguing all the time,
it was just funny though, because it wasn't even serious arguments. It was like we knew how stupid it sounded.
Because, yeah, we were making fun of it even as it was happening, because I'd just be there, I've been at school all day, I have cleaned this house, I have wiped up the poop, I have walked the dog, I have cooked dinner, and you can't even go out and make sure she doesn't poo inside. And Chloe, I have been working all day, and all I want is to come home to a nice hot meal.
I know. But it was from both sides. I don't know, because I kind of be right, because I didn't start the job that I am in now until you finished.
Yeah,
college.
But you had the same job as me.
Barely. Only for
It wasn't fine. You were complaining about coming home from school. That's even worse.
No, I don't think you were in college at that point. I think you were during your gap year. You were trying to do online college.
No, well, it wasn't we had the dog, it was during the gap year, but there was definitely a period of time where I was in uni and doing it, because I was coming... Uni in college, Jesus. Because I was coming back at lunch and stuff. Or not lunch, I'd come back if I had a bunch of free periods in the day.
Yeah, but I don't think I was working as much, I think it was just more of we needed it, but yeah. I love how most of our funniest moments are just when we were laughing. I was saying this with my friend and her sister fight, and I was like, eventually you will just get to a point where you laugh at your arguments.
It takes many, many years, but you'll get there.
Yeah, you kind of just don't take it seriously anymore.
Oh,
You
you
stop
know what? I have
apologising.
another fight I want. If we're bringing up old fights...
Save the McFlurry. I knew where that was going.
Oh, I wasn't going to say the McFlurry, but Oh yeah, let's talk about the McFlurry, Chloe. What happened there? I'm talking too loud.
I don't know. That's my funniest moment by far. We get the bolognese. It's a McFlurry story. I think we need to say the McFlurry story for another day. McFlurry story deserves its whole podcast to itself.
Fine, but the other one I was going to bring up was that time when... Actually, this is more of a criticism on you, so this will be something you did that was annoying for me. I'll take back my previous comment. I'm just going to...
I sound really bad during this.
What? Oh, I'm making you sound bad. Yeah. Good. I mean, if we're discussing who the best sibling is here, I think we both know. Anyway, what I was thinking
I buy you things.
was when I was looking after you and we had like 3 meals and we were like, what do you want to do on this day? And you were like, don't do the chicken nuggets because I'm at work all day and I'll have a big lunch or whatever at work. And when I come home, I wouldn't want to have the chicken nuggets, but I want to be able to appreciate the chicken nuggets. So
first statement to make.
Don't cook the chicken nuggets. Very fair. Me and Mum were like, they got a date on that day, on the next day though, on that day. So wouldn't it be better to have them then? You're like, no. We're like, well, okay. I mean, they'll keep for the next day. We can have them on the Sunday. It won't be that big of a deal. Anyway, it gets to the Saturday. Chloe comes home from work and she goes upstairs and like half an hour later I'm like, oh yeah, dinner time. And because I'm the housewife in this situation as per usual, I get the curry out because that was the other option we had. And I'm like, obviously can't get the chicken nuggets out because she specifically said she didn't want them. So I get the curry out and I put it in the pot and I start cooking it and I go upstairs and I'm like, hey, I can't remember, I think I said, hey, do you want like chips with it or whatever? And she got so annoyed about the fact that we weren't having chicken nuggets on this day. She refused to listen to the fact that me and Mum were both, I called Mum in the end, and me and Mum were both like, you said you didn't want chicken nuggets.
I changed my mind, okay?
So
outraged.
She was like, the only reason you made curry is because you like curry. I like, the only reason I made curry is because you asked me to.
It's just, you have to take a long day of... Sorry, back to my laptop. You know, to take a long day of work. The one thing I don't want to... I just wanted something nice, you know? Like...
The curry would have been... It ended up being actually a little bit burnt in this situation because I spent the better half of half an hour. Not the better half. I spent the entirety of half an hour arguing with you over this because you refused to eat. And in the end, I was like starving. And then you came down like 10 minutes after I'd taken out the oven and you were like, is there any curry left? Because Mum... I'm guessing you got told that there was not, in fact, any other food in the house.
I remember
you just came down, you're like, I'll have the curry.
You're like, great, you can cook it yourself. And I was like, no. And then I got annoyed so I had to cook it myself. I remember
even though I cooked it. Like, I was like, you could have had it. If you hadn't been so annoyed.
I think it's because I was like, I got told to get beans and toast. But then it was kind of like, I didn't want that. So I was like, fine, I'll have the curry. I don't know why. I actually don't mind things like that. I really wanted chicken nuggets.
I know.
But yeah, we've been talking for a really long time.
I know. I was also looking at the timer. Also, I'm sorry.
So, should we end it?
Loud. Isn't that your job?
Should we end it here? Alright. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please leave us some feedback, comments, questions, anything, any suggestions as well. Like, anything you want us to do. Please feel free to leave them. Check out Charlotte's YouTube channel, Cosmo Pop Games.
Also, don't
we're doing a series together, which is Stardew Friday. It's a lot less like formal than this, I guess. I mean, this is casual, but like that is just... We just want to see us like playing a game, chatting about the game. Not really structured, conversation. Go and check that out. I'll leave a link to that playlist and her channel down below. She also does other games as Drop a Life.
Drop a Life is done. Wouldn't recommend watching it. No, I would if you like watching people die 100 times. I played Return, and I'm currently playing through One Shot. One Shot is definitely the best game I've done so far.
So go and
No
check them out
offense.
that interest you. If not, go and check out our Twitter and any other links we have. I think that's all. We have our individual
There you go.
Twitters down below. I don't really use mine, but she does. So yeah, we'll see you guys in the next podcast or what? The next podcast that we make. Bye, guys.
Bye.